Hi guys, it's me again. I'm back with a part 2 with the Madeleine McCann case, and it's just a follow-up from what I recently spoke about on my last video. If you didn't listen to my last video, in order to catch up, just go ahead and like and subscribe and listen to the last video that I posted. So I'm gonna start off with first of all, the people that are supporting the McCanns. Like, there's a few famous people like Richard Branson, who he basically gave £100,000 reward for information leading to the Madeleine's return. Just a few famous British lawyers. Michael Kaplan was one of their lawyers as well. Also, this guy Kaplan has a reputation in profession for unflashy reliability and tenacity in Chambers UK 2007. Okay, so basically the choice for battleship cases. He certainly has experience in dealing with cases in which there is huge media interest, having successfully defended Pinochet against extradition to Spain when he was arrested in the UK in 1998. He also defended the captain of the dredger, Balbel, whose collision with the Martian. I don't think that even makes... We don't need to be talking about that because I can't even say their names, to be honest, guys. So, okay, they had basically a good amount of really good lawyers representing them against representing them for the case, because they were being accused heavily. Okay, and basically all Kate McCann would do is just lash out. They refused to answer 40-odd questions by the police. They decided they weren't answering, and they were appalled by the treatment they were getting from the police in Portugal. They felt like they were being interrogated. They basically were just cursing at the Portuguese police and hated the Portuguese police. They hated being questioned about their daughter and such. Anyways, basically the Portuguese authorities basically tried to blame them, and this was within reason, because there was basically blood, bodily fluids of Madeleine that was found around the area in many different parts of the apartment, and cadaver smell in the vehicle that they were all traveling in, the apartment that they were all staying in. And first of all, this family is like quite a small family. They went up with at least, I think, 3 to 4 other families. So I'm not gonna...
Cheer up, Jerry, we're on holiday.
I'm not gonna be funny, guys, but it does sound like a child T-word situation. So basically they all had children as well, and where they were staying is not even like a place where you would take your kids to stay on a holiday. It's quite boring for kids. This is why they had to go out and leave the kids there in the room and whatnot. They all tried to, when they were doing their statements, they all messed up on their statements. None of their statements really correlated with each other, none of the families. Sorry guys, but you'll have to go ahead and have a look for yourself if you want to know the names of the families that were with them. I'm not going to really dive into that right now, but I just want to give like the really interesting points of this whole entire case. Yeah, basically Kate McCann seemed to be the one that was lashing out most of the time, and the fact that it was, as the officer said in the last video that I done, why are they so important? Why is it so important that these two are supported in such a way that even the British police are going out of their way to accommodate them? And why weren't they arrested and questioned the proper way they should have been in Portugal, when the Portuguese police were saying that they thought the McCanns were involved because of how everything was set up, how the window didn't look like someone broke in, and the stories that they made up didn't correlate. The times that they said that they visited the children's rooms didn't correlate. They all had a different story. It seems as if Madeleine was missing from in the day, but not too sure about that. I won't go too into that part. If you guys want to dig deeper in the case, you're welcome to go ahead and have a look. I don't know how to add the link. Once I realize how to add the link, then I'll figure out how to add the link so you guys can go ahead and have a look and do your own little investigation to see what you think about it, and let me know in the comments how you feel about the whole Madeleine McCann case. And also, what was really disgusting is the book that when she wrote in the book, the way how she described her child and the way how she described her genitals being torn apart, it just sounded very disgusting, and no parent would want to imagine their missing child in such a state. Do you understand what I mean? It's just disgusting. Anyways, as I was gonna say, they basically had a mutual friend, I think Clement Fraud, and he was staying close to where the McCanns were staying as well. Also, they're saying at some point that the sketches that were made of the men that took them look very eerily similar to the Podesta brothers, who have been called up in the whole Pizzagate malarkey. Like, you guys should know what that is about. If you don't, if you're on my channel, well, you should know what Pizzagate is all about. So I can just imagine Madeleine McCann just going off on a crazy one, like, oh, why are you trying to arrest us? We haven't done anything wrong. Our daughter's gone missing. This man has taken her, and all of that stuff. And while not completely helping the police and complying with the police, because they didn't want any more investigation into them. They were so fixated on making it look like someone had come in and stole Maddie. Okay, now this is a line I said, actually, from Kate McCann's book. She says, I asked Jerry apprehensively if he'd had any really horrible thoughts or visions of Madeleine. He nodded haltingly. I told him about the awful pictures that scrolled through my head of her body, her perfect little genitals torn apart. Now, what mother on earth would want to picture their beautiful little baby girl like that? And the way how way how Kate describes her seems almost sexual. When she describes her body, and the way how she describes her face when she's describing her, the close-up pictures that they used of her, they didn't even use, like, I don't think they used normal pictures. They used a close-up picture as if it was a model picture, which I don't understand why they did that. Anyways, that's just my opinion. You know, everyone has their own opinion. Also, I wanted to let you guys know about the police report with the McCanns as well. Yeah, the police report, as I said, they had gone away. They basically was sure 100% that it was the McCanns that done it, and somehow they seem to have avoided being arrested, and they came back home looking like victims, everyone flocking to them, helping them, but they refused to answer over 40 questions, and no one questioned that. No one questioned why they refused to answer those questions that were given to them by the police, and it's ridiculous. Now, yeah, as I said, Kate was always furious with the Portuguese police, so the police never got what they needed out of the McCanns. They never really got to press them as much as they really should have about the case, because they were extradited or whatever back to England. They came back to England anyways. They weren't extradited because they weren't charged or anything, but they came back to England, and whatever happened there, I'm not sure, but it seems like these people are being helped by someone really, really powerful, you know. Also, what I wanted to say, the resemblance, guys, you need to look at the resemblance between the two Podesta brothers and the people that they said took Madeleine away. It's too they look way too similar. And apparently at the time when those guys were on holiday in Portugal, that's a time where the Podesta brothers were actually in Portugal at that time, where the Madeleine McCann family was over there. And the time when she went missing, the Podesta brothers were apparently in Portugal at that specific time. So I feel like, my personal opinion is that the family, the way how they can manage to live such a luxurious, posh life, which, as the police officer was saying, it's basically yuppie, innit? So it's basically these people that think they're better than people, and it's just snobbish behavior. They shouldn't be asked anything. They shouldn't be prosecuted. They shouldn't be questioned. They're too above society. That's what this family acts like. So I don't know what kind of secrets they have for these important people, why they couldn't go down for this disappearance of their daughter, because that even if they weren't prosecuted for her being missing or her dying, if they weren't prosecuted for that, they should have at least been prosecuted for neglect. There's no way they should have left their child in that room, in a whole nother country that you don't even know. Like, okay, let's go eat dinner and leave our children in the room sleeping. Leave the window open as well, so if somebody wants to come in, they can just come up and snatch our child, and we wouldn't even know it. There's not even an alarm. There's not even a babysitter. There's no one there to look after the babies. Apparently, they were all asleep, and this all happened during the night, coming up to I don't even know what PM, but this all happened during the night and whatnot. But when even the police questioned the nursery that they said Madeleine was at, I don't think the nursery was able to even account for her. So it seems like the McCanns were even making out that she was alive for longer than she actually was, or they were making out that they knew where she was before she went missing. I don't know how to explain it, but they basically try to make out that she went missing way later than it seems like she actually went missing before the time that they had reported her missing, or she had been dead a good while before they had alerted the authorities. Yeah, but as I was saying, guys, it's good to do your own investigation. I'm going to figure out how to leave the link below. I just really wanted to touch on this topic because I've always found it really weird the way how the whole situation went, and the McCanns have basically gotten off scot-free. I feel like it's very similar to the, what's that child's name in America again? I forgot her name. Oh my gosh, and she was a little pageant princess. I forgot her name. It's a really, really something another Benet. I don't remember her name, but her name's something another Benet, and she something another, yeah, can't figure out the name, but she went missing. Did she go missing? I think she died, and they couldn't figure out who done it. So it was just crazy. It seems as if in that situation, it seems as if the little brother done it and the family was covering up. To me, anyways, that's my opinion. Allegedly, that's my opinion, anyways. So from what I'm seeing with the McCanns, they seem like the main suspects in the case, and they need to be questioned a lot more. There was smell of death in at least 12 different places, in the apartment, in Kate's car. Like, there were so many strange things about it, but then the police are not pressing and asking the questions that they should be asking about to these couples, and they're not pressing for them to basically give some information, give some kind of answers for why your child's gone missing. You can't account for certain time of the day. You can't account how the window was, how the curtains are tied, when you said the curtains are perfectly drawn. The curtains were perfectly in place when you said someone could have climbed through this teeny little window and just basically left the place untouched, no fingerprints, nothing. So the McCanns are really suspicious in this case, to be honest. And from as far as I'm concerned, I would say the police definitely needs to look a lot more deeper into the McCann's case, because to me it seems like the family are involved in the trafficking stuff, and I feel like the family has been protected by authorities because the trafficking ring that they're involved in may have some big people involved in it. So some famous people, I might say, you know, the Jimmy Savile type of situation. And if you don't know about Jimmy Savile, I don't know, maybe later on I might do some kind of I might do a little thing on him a bit later on. But guys, as I said earlier, be kind to everyone. Peace and love, guys. I don't know, let me know if you want a part 3 to the video. I will be able to give you a part 3, maybe a little update on what's going on now about the case and what's being done about the McCann's, what's being said about the McCann's, which I don't think anything's ever going to be done about it, by the way. I don't want to give you guys too much time on here, so have a good night, have a good day, wherever you are in the world. Enjoy it all and lots of love. If you have any information that you'd like to know more about the situation, just let me know down in the comments below, and let me know how you feel about my video, how I gave you the information. As I said, I'm still new to YouTube, so I will be happy for the feedback, guys. Have a good day.